everybody. It's time for circle time again. Well, we're going to wrap up the month of May with my friend Patty. Do you remember Patty? Purple Patty Platypus. Say that 3 times really fast. Purple Patty Platypus. It's hard to say that 3 times really fast. Well, Patty has been our little friend this month because she is the color of the month of May, which is the color purple. Do you remember how to spell purple? P-U-R-P-L-E. Patty, you want to watch from there? Have a seat right there, Patty. She's cute. Okay, we are going to do our purple song. How can I do this so you can still see Patty? There we go. Are you ready? Here we go. P-U-R-P-L-E spells the color purple you see, like grapes on a vine or a plum in a tree. P-U-R-P-L-E. Did you like that, Patty? We'll do it again for you. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. P-U-R-P-L-E spells the color purple you see, like grapes on a vine or a plum in a tree. P-U-R-P-L-E. Good for you, boys and girls. Okay, Patty, I'm going to put you down now, okay? You all right? Awesome. Okay, Patty, you just rest right over there. Okay. Well, we've learned to spell another word this month, haven't we? Do you remember what that says? Mummy. That's right. The month of May was all about celebrating our mummies. So let's sing the mummy song together 2 times. Ready? I love her and she loves me. Mummy is her name. Oh, M-O-M-M-Y. 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 Mummy is her name. Oh. Let's do it again. I love her and she loves me. Mummy is her name. Oh, M-O-M-M-Y. 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 Mummy is her name. Oh. Good singing, boys and girls. Well, this month, my son Thomas wrote me something very special for Mother's Day. Now, some of you friends have been wondering what I have behind me. And this changes from time to time. I used to have a whole lot of those little figurines up there. I used to get one every year for Christmas from my children. But I decided that I was going to start collecting something else. I haven't decided what yet. But I kept a few of my favorite ones. This one has an apple. She's a teacher. Can you see that? Let me bring it a little bit closer. That one's a teacher, like me. She's got a little apple. Apple for the teacher. It's called You're the Best. Aw, that's really nice. This one I got for me and my son Sam, because he's the oldest. And this one I got for my husband Tim and my son Thomas. Those 2. And what they're looking at is little seashells. See those little seashells there? That's what they're looking at there. And then this one up here, let me move out of the way here. That one up there, you can see, let me get it down for you. You can see it has a little puppy. See that little puppy there? Can you see that? Yeah. That was my puppy, Jackson. And Jackson isn't with us anymore. He was just a little pup. A little tiny pup. And those are his little footprints. Yeah. A year and a half ago, he went to be with Jesus. Crossed that rainbow bridge, they say. And I miss him very much. So that was Jackson. And there's a little picture. Let's see if I can get that down for you. Ooh, bad angle. Woohoo! That was a bad angle. This one says, I love you to the moon and back. Can you see that? Oh, there's a big reflection in it. There's my son Sam with my puppy Jackson. So that I always keep up here as I remember Jackson, because he was one of my best friends. And then this one over here, I got from Thomas on Mother's Day. Did you make your mummy a Mother's Day card? Well, Thomas wrote me something very, very special. Let me read it. Oh, I don't know if I should read the whole thing. That might be kind of long. It says, something for my mom. And this applies, first part applies to all the moms out there. We usually use the expression, wow, to indicate when we're amazed, surprised, or impressed by something incredible. I like to imagine, this is Thomas talking, I like to imagine that the word wow is just lying down, and when it gets up, it unearths its roots with a similar meaning but a different pronunciation. When you flip wow upside down, it says mom. Mom has always been the original wow. Isn't that cool? Well, I won't read you all of it. I'm going to read one more paragraph, and if you're interested, I can send you the rest. Okay. Just as the expression wow carries the aforementioned connotation, so does the title of mom. Every day she amazes me with her overflowing love and affection. Does your mom amaze you? My mom amazed me. And now I'm amazing my own kids. She surprises me with her unencumbered kindness and generosity. And foremost, she impresses me with her genuine creativity and resilience. Those are really, really big words. But what this whole thing really means is that Thomas loves me, just like you love your mom. I know you do, because all moms are incredible. And she loves you very much. Well, I won't read the rest of that right now because it's got a lot of big words in it. But I do want to talk to you a little bit more about something else we learned in May. We talked about our moms. We talked about the color purple. We talked about an artist, Georgia O'Keeffe. You remember Georgia O'Keeffe and how she cropped her pictures? We talked about her too. And we did a little bit about insects. We were learning about insects and gardening. We talked about gardening as well. Well, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the insects that we explored this month. I don't think we talked about this guy at all. Do you know what that is? Do you remember what that is? Can you tell me? A bumblebee, that's right. This one's a bumblebee. He's big and fat. He's buzzing around. What's that called when he goes from plant to plant? Can't remember it right now. But he is taking pollen from plant to plant to plant. That's what a bumblebee does. And the honeybee is eating the nectar from the flowers. Pollination, that's the word. The bumblebee is pollinating the other flowers. And the honeybees are gathering the nectar, taking them back to the hive, and making honey. So a bee has a very important job. Do you know that all of our fruits and vegetables are visited by bees? They're really important. They visit the vegetables when the vegetables are still flowers. And they help to move the pollen from one flower to the next so that the flowers will keep growing. And then we talked about this little insect. Let me see if I can get this one on. This one is red and has some dots and has 2 sets of wings. Do you remember? 2 sets of wings, red and black with little dots. It's a ladybug. That's right, it's a ladybug. And look, my fingers are in there. But I've got one extra because I only have 5 fingers, but an insect has 6 little legs. There's our ladybug. So we talked about her too, and how there are thousands of different kinds of ladybugs. They're not all red and black. Not all of them. They can be different. Okay, and what was this? Oh, she's still got her little tag on there. Can't remember what her name is. What is this? A butterfly, that's right. But before she went through metamorphosis, what was she then? Before she went through metamorphosis, she was a caterpillar. She was a caterpillar. And then she had to go through metamorphosis. So her wings, she would get her wings and she could fly. Okay, this is kind of a cool toy. I got this from Scholastic. So if you would like a toy like this, you can go on the Scholastic website and you could buy a toy like this too. It's for teaching about, what did I just say it was called? Metamorphosis. I've got so many words in my head right now. Metamorphosis. So it starts out, let me see if I can find it in here, as a little egg. Remember? There's a little egg on a leaf. And out of that little egg pops a very hungry caterpillar. And he eats and eats and eats and eats for many, many days. For many days. That's his job, is to eat and eat and eat. And then when he's full and he's had enough, he morphs into what's called a chrysalis. For a moth, it's called a cocoon. But for a butterfly, it's called a chrysalis. Can you say that? Chrysalis. So he turns into a chrysalis. And inside that chrysalis, something very, very magical happens. Something really, really magical. He's in there for 2 whole weeks. And I've heard that inside that chrysalis, he kind of turns into a bit of goo. You know what goo is? It's kind of slimy. It's kind of yucky. But inside that chrysalis, the fancy sciencey word for change is metamorphosis. And inside that chrysalis, he's changed into a beautiful butterfly. See that? He turned into a beautiful butterfly. Now he has his antennas, and he's got his wings, and he still has those 6 little legs, because if it's got 6 little legs and 3 body parts, it's an insect. Now, we didn't talk about this part of the butterfly. This is called a proboscis. Can you say that? Proboscis. It's kind of like a probe, because it goes from flower to flower and rolls it out like that. I'm trying to get this so you can see it. Rolls it out like that. This proboscis goes into the flower so it can sip up the nectar. And when he's not using it, it curls right up like that. And then he can fly around. What a cool toy, huh? I know this has little pockets where I can put my hands. There they are. I found it. It's like a little bit of a puppet. And he can fly around. See that zipper there? That's part of the toy where he goes through his metamorphosis. And he can fly away. So pretty cool, huh? So we talked about caterpillars and butterflies. And then did we talk about worms too? And their important job? They help the soil. They live in the dirt. And they help the soil stay healthy. You can ask Mommy and Daddy a little bit more about that. Or you can look online and see, what does a worm do? What is a worm's job? And the YouTube and the Mr. Googlies will help you out with that. Now, here's another creature we haven't talked about, but he is pretty cool. He's a beetle. He's a beetle bug. I think this is a rhinoceros beetle, because look, he's got kind of a rhinoceros horn on there. Looks like a little bit like a triceratops dinosaur, because he's got that frill as well. He's got his little antennas, and he's got his 6 little legs. So that's my little blue beetle bug. Little blue beetle bug. Blue beetle bug. Oh, that's easier to say than purple patty platypus. Blue beetle bug. Blue beetle bug. Okay, so that's my little beetle. And have you ever seen one of these? This is a bug catcher. Now, if you go to the dollar store, you might find some of these there. And it's kind of cool. Let me get this out of here. Because when you find a little insect, you have to be very gentle. Very, very gentle. If you're going to pick them up very, very gently. Because if you're too rough, remember you're a giant. If you're too rough, you might hurt them. I've got this little pincher thing here that I use very gently to pick up my bugs. And I put them in my little beetle bug jar. And then on top, there's a magnifying glass that makes everything much bigger. And I can look at my bugs in that. So if you're interested in that, save your allowance. And you could buy one at the dollar store. Okay. I think that's all I want to talk to you about bugs. I'm going to read a couple books in a few minutes. And I'm going to read the beautiful beetle book. It's all about beetles. You see a ladybug on there? She's part of the beetle family. And this little rhinoceros bug, he's part of the beetle family. So I'm going to read that book to you in a few minutes. And then this one's called The Spectacular Spider Book. Now, something interesting you should know is that spiders are not insects. They are not insects, because remember, an insect has 6 little legs and 3 body parts, a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. But a spider does not. Do you know how many legs a spider has? Some of you do. 8, that's right. If it has 8 legs, it's not an insect. It has to have 6 legs to be an insect. So a special word for spiders, they live in a different family than the insect family. They belong to the arachnid family. Have any of you ever seen a spider web outside? Spiders are busy. They use that web to catch their prey. Let's see. A spider will catch other insects in his web. So that's what he eats, is other insects. And a spider has 8 legs and only 2 body parts. The first body part, let's see, is called the cephalothorax. Cephalothorax. Can you say that? Cephalothorax. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right because I am not a scientist. Cephalothorax. And the other part is called the abdomen. So it has an abdomen like an insect, but it doesn't have a thorax. The head and thorax are in one body part called the cephalothorax. So a spider has 8 legs and 2 body parts. Okay, what are spiders, afraid of? Well, this spider is really big, but he's afraid of things like birds. Birds love to eat spiders, and frogs, and lizards, and if you live in the jungle, monkeys eat them. This one, his biggest enemy is the spider wasp. A spider wasp has wings and he will eat spiders too. Are you afraid of spiders? I'm not afraid of the little ones. They say if you have little spiders in your house, you don't have these big spiders. This one's called a wolf spider. Oh, that's quite the glare. It's called a wolf spider. How many of you have seen a wolf spider in your house? Yeah, if you don't have any little tiny spiders in your house, you probably have a wolf spider because they like to eat the little spiders. And they're huge. They are huge. I was sitting on the couch the other day and a wolf spider came running out from under the couch and I threw my feet up and I went, "Ee!" And then I said, "Sam," I texted on my phone, "Sam, help, help. You have to come help me. Save me, Sam." And he came down and he caught that spider and he threw him outside. Oh, he was more brave than I am. He was a lot braver. So the wolf spider is a spider that lives in British Columbia and he eats other spiders too. So if you see a little spider, you don't really have to be scared. They're not going to hurt you because you're a giant. If you see a wolf spider, you might want to jump onto the couch and call for mommy or daddy to come and catch it and throw it back outside where it belongs. Okay, I think that's it for this video. I'm going to do a little bit of word work with you on my next video and read a couple stories. Okay, so that wraps it up for today. I hope that you enjoyed this little lesson and I'll see you again soon. Don't forget I love you because I do. I love you very much.